What if everything you've ever experienced, every joy, every challenge, every relationship was being orchestrated by a hidden frequency, a vibration you're completely unaware of? What if this unseen force is not some random element, but something you possess the power to control? There's a secret, a profound understanding whispered through the ages, a truth known by very few that reveals how to shift your personal frequency and thus the very fabric of your reality. This isn't just about positive thinking or wishful hopping. This is about a deliberate system that will teach you how to take control of the energy that shapes your life. Every thought you have, every emotion you feel, is a specific frequency, a unique vibration that radiates outwards, dictating the experiences you attract. This isn't a matter of luck, it's a system, a science of energy. And you, my friend, are the director of this energy. You have the ability to consciously shift your internal frequency, bringing forth the life you've always desired. This requires a specific dedication, a focused effort, a 21-night practice where you will align your personal vibration with your desired outcome. This is not simply a suggestion. This 21-night routine is the key. It may seem like a lot, but it's here where the most profound changes will unfold and where you will start to see real, tangible results. This secret isn't new. It's been passed down through the wisdom of the ancients, yet it's also the foundation of modern manifestation practices. It is a bridge connecting what was once considered spiritual knowledge to practical real-world application. This isn't some far-off concept that only applies to a select few. It's an accessible practice that lies within your reach, ready to be activated. It bridges the gap between forgotten knowledge and modern manifesting techniques, allowing you to create a life that is aligned with your truest desires. But what happens if we ignore this fundamental principle? What if we continue to live as if we are at the mercy of the forces around us? This isn't about trivial matters, it's about the core foundations of your existence. Your happiness, your health, your relationships, these are not things that are happening to you. They are reflections of your own vibrational state. And when you take control of that, you take control of everything. This is not simply about attracting material possessions. This is about transforming the very trajectory of your life, aligning with a frequency that serves your highest good. When you consciously control your frequency, every aspect of your life begins to shift. It's as if a new world opens up, presenting opportunities and possibilities you couldn't have even imagined. This isn't just about small changes. It's a complete overhaul, stepping through a doorway into a completely different life, one that is fully aligned with your internal world. Most people go through life completely unaware, struggling against unseen forces, wondering why they cannot achieve what they desire. They're like a ship without a compass, lost at sea, while you now have access to the map and the method. But now you have the key, the unique advantage, the understanding of how to navigate the currents of your own life, understanding that this is not something that is out there, but something that is within you. If you feel like you're constantly hitting a wall, that something is blocking you from achieving your dreams, perhaps you've been missing this one vital element, and the truth is that this one element is the key to unlocking everything else. You are not a passenger in your life. You are the driver, with full control of the direction and destination. This empowers you to become the conscious creator of your own destiny. The power is not outside you, it is within you. You are not waiting for change to happen, you are creating it. The universe is a constant dance of energy, always in motion, always vibrating, and that includes every part of you. Every single thought and emotion that you experience is a moving wave, a unique vibration that emits a specific frequency. It is a fundamental principle that everything vibrates, from a single thought to a solid chair. It's all moving at a specific frequency. This affirmation will be your tool, the vehicle for this incredible transformation. It's how you consciously shift your internal state from where you currently are to where you desire to be. It's not just a positive mantra, but a device that reshapes the way you vibrate, allowing you to align with the life that you were born to live. Your inner world creates your outer reality. When you alter your frequency, you alter what appears in your life. It's a direct connection, a cause and effect. When you shift how you vibrate internally, the external world will respond in kind. Your thoughts create your feelings create your frequency, and your frequency creates your life. It's that simple. And this affirmation, this powerful tool, needs to be felt to work, not just said. Your emotion is the engine that powers this transformation. It is the fuel behind the words, the secret ingredient that most people miss. The feeling of the affirmation is what creates lasting change, embedding these new beliefs into the very core of your being. But how do these frequencies operate? What is it about them that shapes reality? And how do you, specifically, harness them? What if I told you this frequency is what attracts everything you have, both the things you want and the things you don't? The affirmation that I am about to reveal will be your tool, but here's the catch. It's not about the words themselves, it's about the energy, the feeling you bring to them. It might seem simple, but there's a hidden layer to it, a secret element that I will reveal. The subconscious mind is the key here. It is where the true transformation occurs, where the affirmation will reprogram old patterns and beliefs. It is not your conscious mind that creates lasting change, but your subconscious, and the affirmation is the bridge that connects these two worlds. We will explore this 21-night commitment in far more detail, including the unique transformation it unlocks, and how your ability to trust the process becomes the final piece of the puzzle. There's a very specific reason why 21 nights is the perfect time frame, and there is a powerful key hidden within this structure that you will learn about. This journey is only just beginning, and there is so much more for us to discover. So let's dive deeper into this idea of frequency and how it's not some abstract concept, but the very architecture of your internal world. Have you ever noticed how certain emotions seem to draw specific situations into your life? It's no coincidence. Your emotional state is not just a feeling. It's a vibration, a frequency that is constantly sending out signals, shaping the experiences you attract. Think about it. When you feel genuine joy and excitement, opportunities seem to flow effortlessly. Conversely, when you're gripped by fear or anxiety, obstacles and challenges seem to multiply. This is not just a matter of perception. This is a core, fundamental principle, like attracts like. Joy vibrates at a high frequency, drawing positive experiences into your orbit, while fear, at a lower frequency, tends to attract situations that perpetuate that very fear. The universe is always responding to your personal vibration, and this is why your inner world so powerfully shapes your outer reality. What you feel on the inside is directly reflected in what you experience outside, and this is not a passive process. You are constantly sending out these vibrational messages to the world. And here's where it gets truly fascinating. You are not simply at the mercy of your emotions. You have the power to intentionally control them, to consciously choose the frequency you want to broadcast. The first step in understanding how to do this is to know that you are fully accountable for what you are experiencing in the world, and that change can happen the moment you choose to change. If you look at your life and you feel that it's filled with struggle, that you're constantly hitting dead ends, it might be time to take a deeper look at your frequency. Your life right now is the result of your dominant frequency, and you are the only one who can change this. This idea of personal accountability is the key to everything else. It's not about blaming yourself. It's about understanding that you are the driver of your experience and that you have the ability to change course at any time. Are you beginning to see how this all connects? But there's another player in this game, a hidden force that amplifies your emotional frequencies, your subconscious mind. The subconscious is the silent architect of your life, holding your deepest beliefs and habits. It's not something you consciously control, but it's constantly working, maintaining your dominant frequency for better or worse. Think of it like an amplifier, magnifying and solidifying the vibrations produced by your thoughts and emotions. So, if you hold a deep-seated belief that you are unworthy, your subconscious will tirelessly broadcast that frequency, attracting situations that reinforce that very belief. even if you consciously want something different. Conversely, if you believe you are abundant and worthy, your subconscious will work tirelessly to manifest this into your reality. The subconscious is like an autopilot, running your life based on deeply programmed beliefs. It is a powerful tool, but it needs to be programmed correctly. This is why most people struggle. They're consciously hoping for one thing, yet their subconscious is broadcasting the opposite. So, how do we reprogram this silent operator? How do we break free from these deeply ingrained patterns that no longer serve us? The answer lies in consistent repetition, in saturating the subconscious with new, empowering beliefs. This is where the 21-night commitment becomes essential, and why we mentioned this earlier. This is not some abstract concept, but the fundamental element to how you will create lasting change. Think of each night as an opportunity to rewrite your subconscious program, to carve a new pathway in your mind. The affirmation that will be revealed shortly is not just a string of words, it's a powerful tool for reshaping your reality. Repeated with intention and emotion, night after night, it begins to change the very foundations of your beliefs. This commitment, this dedication to 21 consecutive nights, is specifically designed to bypass the conscious mind and speak directly to the subconscious, creating a new, desired frequency and allowing you to step into your new reality. It's a systematic process of internal change, one that requires consistency and dedication, and if you stick to this process, you will be astonished at how fast the changes start to appear. However, there's a vital step that most people overlook, and without it, the affirmation is like a seed planted in barren soil. It simply will not grow. A restless, anxious mind is like a storm-tossed sea, unable to reflect any true image. To truly receive the message of the affirmation, you must first create a calm, receptive mental environment. Your mind is like a radio receiver, and you must dial into the correct frequency to hear the signal clearly. If your mind is constantly racing, filled with doubt and worry, the affirmation is simply lost in the noise, unable to penetrate deep enough to make real change. Just as a still lake is required to see a clear reflection, a calm and still mind is required to allow the affirmation to settle and take root. This stillness is not optional. It's the fertile ground in which the seeds of your new reality will blossom. Imagine trying to plant a garden in a hurricane. The seeds would never take root. The same is true for your mind. So how do we quiet the mental storm? How do we create the stillness required for this affirmation to take hold? It begins with simple, conscious relaxation. Before you engage with the affirmation each night, find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and begin to take slow, deep breaths, allowing each inhalation to fill you with calm and each exhalation to release any tension. Now, visualize a calming scene, a place where you feel safe and at peace. Perhaps it's a tranquil beach, the gentle lapping of the waves, or a forest with the soft rustling of leaves. There's no right or wrong image here. Simply choose whatever helps you to feel most relaxed and grounded, and let your imagination guide you. This is not just about feeling good, it's about intentionally preparing the mind for the next step. It's about creating the ideal internal environment, the perfect fertile soil, for planting the seeds of your desired reality. These are not optional steps, but the foundation on which all lasting change will be built. This quieting of the mind is not a passive state. It's an active choice, a skill that can be developed with consistent practice, much like a muscle that gets stronger the more you work it out. It's an intentional act of turning your attention inward, away from the external chaos, into the inner peace that already exists. This may seem difficult at first, and your mind might wander, but with practice you will get better at it. Be patient and kind with yourself. This is a journey, and like all new skills, it takes time. This is also why it's essential that this practice is done immediately before you fall asleep. This allows the new beliefs to really take root in your subconscious as you enter into that state between waking and sleeping, and it's in this state where the deepest changes occur. This state, akin to sleep, is where the subconscious is most open and receptive to reprogramming, making this time an extremely powerful opportunity for change, and one that should not be missed. It's not simply about saying the words, it's about preparing the inner space for them to take root, to sink into the depths of your subconscious. Now, as we prepare for the next stage, where we will fully explore the affirmation and its power, it's crucial to understand that this isn't just about a one-time event or a quick fix. The commitment to 21 consecutive nights, practicing the affirmation immediately before sleep, is absolutely non-negotiable, and it's the secret to how this really works. This consistency is what allows the new frequency to take root and to become the new normal, so to speak. Once you're in bed, this should be the last thing you do before you fall asleep, making sure that you are truly in that state akin to sleep. This ritual creates a pattern, reinforcing the message that you are in fact in alignment with the frequency that you desire. Remember that analogy we spoke about previously, about planting a seed? Well, the affirmation is the seed, the subconscious is the soil, and this practice of consistent repetition is the water that nourishes that seed, allowing it to grow. Just as you wouldn't dig up a seed every day to see if it's growing, you must also trust the process and have faith that change is happening, even when you can't see it yet. And this is also why patience is critical in this process. Understand that transformation is not always immediate or dramatic. In fact, you might not see any significant external changes in the first few days, or even the first week, but be assured, things are shifting beneath the surface. It's in the subtle changes that the true magic lies. You might begin to feel lighter, more positive, more at peace, more aligned with yourself and the world. These internal shifts are often the first indicators that the affirmation is taking root, that your frequency is starting to change. And then, the external world will begin to mirror this inner world, showing you how everything that you've been working for is finally becoming your new reality. The transformation is like the unfolding of a flower. It happens over time, requiring patience, consistency, and unwavering trust in the process. This isn't a quick fix, it's a reliable path to a new and more powerful you. Are you ready to take the next step? So now the moment you've been waiting for. Let's dive into the heart of this practice, the affirmation itself, and the precise method for unlocking its incredible power. The affirmation is not just a collection of words, but a carefully structured sequence designed to bypass the conscious mind and directly influence the subconscious. Each phrase is chosen with intention, working synergistically to create a powerful shift in your personal frequency. The affirmation is simple yet profound, and here it is. I am the frequency of desired state. I feel positive feeling, knowing that I am aligned to this frequency. I am grateful for what I already have and what is yet to come. This might seem like a simple sentence, but let's unpack it, piece by piece, to reveal the potent intention behind its construction. Each element of the affirmation is designed to address specific limiting beliefs and to create a clear pathway for the subconscious to accept your desired reality. The first phrase, I am the frequency of desired state, is not merely a statement, it's an assumption, an act of claiming the reality you wish to experience. By saying this, you're not wishing for something to occur, but rather stating that it is already your current state. For example, if your desired state is abundance, you would say, I am the frequency of abundance. This declares that abundance is not something you seek, but rather something you embody. It's about aligning with that frequency, becoming the embodiment of it. This seemingly small shift in perception is what moves you out of the wanting and into the having. This is the first, crucial step in establishing your new reality in your subconscious. Now, let me ask you this. Can you feel the difference between wanting something and being something? This is not merely semantics, but a profound difference in the frequency that you are broadcasting to the world. This shift in identity is one of the most powerful ways you can reprogram your subconscious and begin to change your reality. Now, let's move to the second phrase. I feel positive feeling, knowing that I am aligned to this frequency. This is where the emotion becomes the driving force of the affirmation, the fuel that ignites the change. You're not just stating a desired state. You're connecting to the emotion of already experiencing it, thereby solidifying that state in your subconscious. If your desired state is abundance, you might say, I feel joy knowing that I am aligned to this frequency. By feeling the emotion of joy, you are not merely stating that you are abundant, you are actively connecting to the emotion that is associated with it. It's not enough to just say you feel joy, you must truly embody that feeling in the moment as you are saying the words. This is the secret ingredient that so many people miss in the manifestation process. This is not about faking it until you make it, but rather feeling it until you become it. The feeling is the magnet that pulls your desired reality to you. What feelings are associated with the reality that you want to experience? Focus on this as you speak the affirmation, and the subconscious will begin to accept this new vibration. And finally, the last phrase, I am grateful for what I already have and what is yet to come. This is an expression of gratitude that acknowledges the abundance that is already present in your life, while also creating space for future manifestations. It's a powerful recognition that you are not lacking, but that you are already a recipient of infinite gifts. This is crucial for shifting your mindset from one of lack to one of abundance. This isn't about ignoring your current situation. It's about choosing to focus on what you already have, whilst opening the door for new opportunities to present themselves. By feeling grateful for both the present and the future, you are planting a seed of abundance that will continue to grow. This is a powerful way to ensure that your subconscious is programmed to attract abundance and to maintain this vibration, not just for now, but for your future. The key is to truly feel this gratitude, allowing it to permeate through every cell in your body. Do you see how each phrase flows perfectly into the other? This is not by accident, but by intentional design. Now, it's essential to understand that it's not enough to simply say the words of this affirmation, you must also truly feel them. This isn't a mechanical process, it's a heartfelt connection with the reality you're creating. Imagine the difference between reading the words, I am abundant, versus truly embodying the feeling of abundance, the joy, the ease, the limitless possibilities that flow from that feeling. The first is just a mental exercise. The second is a powerful shift in your personal frequency. To truly feel the affirmation, you must connect with the emotions that align with your desired reality, allowing those feelings to permeate your entire being. Your emotions are the fuel that powers the affirmation, and without them, the affirmation is just words without impact. You must embody the frequency you wish to attract. This is the difference between hopping and truly manifesting, and this is the missing piece that so many people overlook. You see, manifestation is not about thinking it into existence, but feeling it into existence. Furthermore, visualization plays a crucial role in amplifying the effectiveness of the affirmation. As you say the words, close your eyes and use your imagination to paint a vivid picture of your desired reality. If you desire abundance, imagine yourself living an abundant life, feeling the joy of financial freedom, experiencing the ease of having your needs met and your dreams fulfilled. Engage all your senses in this visualization. See the images, hear the sounds, feel the sensations, and even smell the sense of your desired reality. This will create a powerful and tangible image in your subconscious, allowing it to accept this new reality as your current truth. This is like creating a blueprint for your subconscious, helping it align with the frequency you're intending to attract. The more vivid the visualization, the stronger the emotional connection, the more effectively the affirmation will take root. So as you say, I am the frequency of abundance, I feel joy knowing I am aligned to this frequency, I am grateful for what I already have and what is yet to come. Also see that reality unfolding before your very eyes. Now, let's turn our attention to the 21-night commitment and why this specific time frame is critical for reprogramming the subconscious. It is not arbitrary. It's based on the science of habit formation. Studies show that it takes approximately 21 days to form a new habit or break an old one. The same principle applies to reprogramming your subconscious. Every night, as you repeat the affirmation with intention and emotion, you are creating new neural pathways in your brain, much like carving a new road in your mind. These pathways grow stronger each night, slowly but surely overriding the old, limiting beliefs and patterns. Think of it as laying down a new foundation for your life, night after night, brick by brick. With each repetition, you're not just reinforcing a belief, you're building a new neurological structure in your brain, aligning your subconscious with your conscious desires. This is a process, not a singular event, and just like all building, it requires commitment and consistency. The 21-night commitment is not just about repetition, it is about consistent intention and a commitment to making real changes in your life. You are not just reciting words, you are actively choosing every night to step into a new version of yourself. Each night, this affirmation is becoming more ingrained in your subconscious, creating a new dominant frequency and a new path forward. The new thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are being strengthened each night, like watering a plant. And just as it takes time for a plant to bloom, you must trust that your new reality is also unfolding perfectly. This is not something that you just do once and then move on. It is a process of consistent transformation, and each night you are getting closer to your desired reality. The changes might not be obvious at first, but they are happening, and they are real. This is why this 21-night commitment is non-negotiable if you are truly committed to creating change. It is the foundation on which all transformation will be built. However, here's something that many people experience, and that is the dip in motivation. Around the halfway point, usually between nights 7 and 14, the initial excitement begins to wane, and you might feel the urge to give up, questioning if this is even working. This is completely normal, and in fact, it's a natural part of the process. Think of it like climbing a mountain. You are excited at the start, but as you continue, your excitement may wane, your muscles start to ache, and you may want to turn around. But this is the point where most people give up, not realizing that they are at the brink of a major breakthrough. This is the moment when the old beliefs are fighting back, resisting the new frequency you are creating. It's a test of your commitment, a sign that the affirmation is truly beginning to take root. So if you feel like giving up, know that this is a sign that you are on the right path. This resistance is not a sign that the affirmation is not working, but rather a sign that it is working exactly as intended. So push through this resistance and continue the practice, and I promise you that you will be amazed at what happens next. And now, let's talk about one of the most critical yet counterintuitive aspects of this process, the art of detachment. Once you have spoken the affirmation with intention, and you've connected to the emotion of your desired reality, it's vital to let go, to release your attachment to the outcome, and trust that the universe is working in your favor. Think of it like planting a seed. You wouldn't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You would plant the seed, water it, and trust that nature will take its course. Similarly, the affirmation is like a seed of intention that has been planted in the fertile ground of your subconscious. Constantly worrying or clinging to a specific outcome is like interfering with the natural growth of that seed. You've done your part, and now it's time to trust the process, knowing that the universe is always working to bring you what you need when you need it. This is not about blindly wishing for something to happen, but rather aligning yourself with the frequency of your desired reality and allowing the universe to bring it to you in the perfect time and in the perfect way. You have taken the first step by taking conscious action through the affirmation, and now the second step is to trust the universe to do the rest. This isn't passive acceptance. It's an active form of faith where you understand that everything is working in your favor, even when you can't see it. The affirmation is the tool, and faith is the fuel that propels you forward. This is not about hopping, but about knowing that your intention has been set and your desired reality is already on its way. This is not a lack of effort, but an act of trust, a powerful choice to release control. And understand this very clearly. Fear and doubt are the greatest obstacles to manifestation. They are a low frequency that can neutralize all your hard work. Constantly worrying about whether the affirmation is working is like sending out a distress signal, canceling out the positive message you are trying to communicate to the universe. This fear acts as a barrier, blocking the flow of abundance and aligning you with the things that you fear most. It's like trying to tune into a specific radio station while also broadcasting another station at the same time. It causes interference, blocking your desired frequency. You must intentionally choose trust and actively release all your fear, knowing that the universe is always on your side and that you deserve all that you desire. Do you see how every doubt you have is also a vibration? And do you see how these vibrations can neutralize all your hard work? Choose trust over fear every single day. Now, it is important to understand that the first signs of transformation may not be visible in the external world. The initial shifts are often subtle and internal, and this is why it's so important to be aware of your internal world. You might find yourself feeling more at peace, more at ease, more connected to yourself and the world around you. You may notice that you are viewing your experiences from a different perspective, seeing new possibilities, and feeling a sense of lightness or even joy. These subtle shifts in your mindset, your emotion, and your perspective are the first whispers of your new frequency taking hold. They are not something to ignore, but rather something to celebrate. These internal shifts are the first signs that you are aligning to the frequency that you desire, and then the external world will begin to reflect this new internal state. Remember this. The outer world is simply a reflection of your inner world, and when your inner frequency changes, the outer world must change to match. And finally, it's critical that this affirmation is the last thing you think about before going to sleep each night. This turns this practice into a nightly ritual, solidifying your intentions in your subconscious as you drift off into that state akin to sleep. This is when the subconscious is most open and receptive, making this the perfect time to implant your desired reality. This non-negotiable step, this nightly ritual, is the secret to making these changes last, to making this new reality your new normal. It's not just about changing your thoughts, but about embedding those new thoughts in the depths of your subconscious. Are you starting to see how everything is connected? And are you starting to see that you have all the tools that you need to create change in your life? Now, let's move to the next section, where we will see how these inner changes begin to manifest into the outer world. So, let's delve deeper into the anatomy of this affirmation, examining each phrase with meticulous detail. We've already established the importance of feeling these words, but now let's explore the intention woven into each phrase. The affirmation, as you now know, is I am the frequency of desired state. I feel positive feeling, knowing that I am aligned to this frequency. I am grateful for what I already have and what is yet to come. It's a tapestry of specific frequencies designed to resonate with your subconscious and shift your reality. The first part, I am the frequency of desired state, is an active declaration of your current energetic state. It's a powerful assumption of a new identity, a new reality. It's not a passive wish, but a direct claim to the subconscious. It's like saying, I am not waiting for abundance, I am abundance. Do you see the difference? The power in this phrase lies in the words, I am. Your subconscious is programmed to accept whatever you state after those two words. It assumes that what follows is your current truth, which is why this phrase is so powerful. What we are doing here is using this knowledge to our advantage and reprogramming the subconscious with a new identity aligned with our goals. The words we are speaking are not random, but a deliberate design and a powerful technique that you can use at any time in your life. Now, let's explore the intention behind the next phrase. I feel positive feeling, knowing that I am aligned to this frequency. This part is designed to activate the emotional component of manifestation, and this is crucial because the feeling is the magnet that draws your reality to you. It is not enough to just say the words, but to embody the emotion that is associated with it, and the feeling of already having that which you desire. By saying, "I feel joy," or "I feel peace," you're not merely stating an emotion, you're activating that emotion within yourself, and aligning your personal frequency with the feeling you wish to embody. This emotional connection is not just a supplement to the affirmation, it is the very fuel that powers it. For example, if you desire to be successful, you might say, "I feel gratitude knowing that I am aligned with the frequency of success." The feeling is the key, because the feeling is the frequency. So, you see, this isn't just about choosing positive words. It's about activating the high vibrational emotions that are connected to your desired state, which is the very frequency you need to embody. This aligns your internal reality with your desired external reality, and it is in this alignment that true manifestation is achieved. The intention is to fully step into your desired state by allowing yourself to truly feel the feelings associated with it. And finally, let's look at the last phrase. I am grateful for what I already have and what is yet to come. This component is strategically placed to create a balance between appreciating the current moment and anticipating the future, which is a powerful frequency to embody. You are not focusing on what you lack, but on what you already have, which is the true secret to abundance. By being grateful for your current life, you open the door to receiving more gifts, which is why gratitude is so important. It's a recognition of the abundance that is already present and a powerful act of faith in what is yet to come. The intention here is to maintain a high-frequency state of gratitude, which accelerates manifestation. Remember, the present is the only moment that we truly have, and when you change the present moment, you change your future. This phrase is not just about feeling grateful in this moment, but feeling that gratitude for all the abundance that will continue to flow into your life. By combining gratitude for the present with anticipation for the future, you are embodying a powerful, abundant frequency, which is the key to creating your desired reality. You see, each of these phrases is a powerful tool when used correctly. Now, let me ask you this. Are you beginning to see how each phrase is not just a random collection of words, but a carefully orchestrated sequence designed to shift your personal frequency? This affirmation is not just about saying positive things, but about actively aligning with the very frequency you wish to experience. You see, it is not about changing the world around you, but about changing the frequency within you. This is the key, and it all begins with a simple, yet profoundly powerful shift in perspective that moves you from wanting to having. It's a subtle but powerful shift from wishing for a future reality into claiming your desired state in this present moment, and this is the only point of creation. You are not working to achieve a different state in the future, you are stepping into that state today, in this very moment. This is why this affirmation is designed to be spoken in the present tense, because this is the only moment that matters. And this is not a passive acceptance of reality, but an active choice to create it. This is the secret to manifestation, the ability to claim that which you desire in the present moment. The future will always be a reflection of the present moment, which is why the affirmation is designed to make you step into that state now. And this is where the concept of assuming the feeling becomes critical. You are not trying to create a new future, but rather, you are stepping into a different reality right now. It is not about chasing your goals, but aligning your frequency to match that reality now. You see, if you believe you must do something to get to where you want to be, you are focusing on the future. And if you are always focusing on the future, you will never be present. This affirmation is designed to bring you into the present so that you may truly step into your desired reality now. When you focus on being the person you want to become, rather than doing things to get there, you begin to attract the aligned results that you seek. For example, instead of focusing on the doing of earning more money, you focus on being the person who embodies abundance, and the doing will naturally follow. It's a subtle but monumental shift. The shift occurs when you stop chasing and start aligning. It's about transforming your identity and becoming a vibrational match to the life you desire. And it's this change in vibration that changes everything. You see, what you do is always a direct result of your identity. So rather than focusing on your actions, focus on your identity. This is where true, lasting change begins. Now, let's talk about those two powerful words, I am. The phrase I am is a declaration to the universe and a direct communication to the subconscious mind. It's not just a statement, it is the assumption of an identity, and what follows those two words becomes your reality. The subconscious is always listening, it never sleeps, it never shuts down, and it's constantly working to make your I am statements true. So if you are repeatedly stating, I am not good enough, your subconscious will bring you experiences to prove that statement is true. This is why choosing your I am statements carefully is of the utmost importance, because they act as a blueprint for your life. Every time you say, I am, your subconscious listens. So what are you telling it? You see, this phrase isn't just about the words, it is the very essence of the affirmation, the core driver of transformation. What you state after the words, I am, becomes your reality. This is the power that you wield every single day. This is not something to be taken lightly. Every time you say, I am, you are creating. And this is why the affirmation uses, I am the frequency of desired state, which is a powerful way to claim your desired reality right now today. It's not something you hope to become, it's something you are. You are not wanting to be peaceful or hoping to be abundant, you are stating it now as an existing reality. By using I am, you're not just stating a future intention. You are affirming a current reality. You are solidifying a new belief in your subconscious mind, and it will work to bring you evidence of that belief. You see, the subconscious doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. It accepts both as true, which is why this process is so powerful. This is the secret to unlocking a new reality. By assuming you are already the person you desire to be, your subconscious will work to prove this to be true, which is why choosing your words is so incredibly important. And it all starts with those two very powerful words. You see, true transformation doesn't begin with external action, but with a deep and profound inner shift. It's about aligning your internal state with your desired external reality. The affirmation is the bridge between your current state and the reality you are wanting to create. It's the tool that harmonizes your inner world with your outer world. You see, unless you change your internal world, your external world will not change. The outside world is simply a reflection of the inner world. If you are living in a state of chaos, it is because there is chaos within. If you are living in a state of lack, it is because there is a lack within. So unless you change that inner state, your outer state will remain the same. That is why this affirmation is designed to create internal alignment first, and external alignment will naturally follow. And this is where many people go wrong. They focus on their external circumstances, rather than realizing that all change begins from within. The affirmation is the key to changing your inner world, which will then inevitably change your outer world. Now, let's be very clear on this point. You can take all the action in the world, but if you haven't aligned with the frequency of your desired reality, you are like a ship without a sail. External action without internal alignment is like trying to plant a seed in poor soil. It will not grow. You have to change the soil before you plant the seed, and in this case, you are the soil. The affirmation is not just a tool, but a way of changing the very foundation of your reality, the very soil in which your new life will begin to grow. You see, action without alignment is like trying to drive a car with an empty gas tank. You can press the pedal, but you will not go anywhere. And this is what so many people do. They take action without first aligning with the frequency of what they desire. They are taking steps in the wrong direction because they haven't changed their direction first. They are focusing on the doing instead of focusing on the being. And this is why the affirmation is so important, because it helps you step into the person who embodies all that you desire. And now, let's talk about the power of trust, which is the key that unlocks the manifestation process. Trust is not a passive state of simply hoping for the best, but rather an active choice to align with the positive forces of the universe. It's an active way of knowing that everything is always working in your favor. You see, when you trust the process, you are choosing to believe that your intentions are already taking root and that the universe is conspiring to bring your desires to fruition. This is not about blindly believing. It's about knowing with complete certainty that your desires are already on their way to you. You are choosing faith over fear, knowing that the universe will always deliver when the time is right. Trust is not just a concept, but a frequency, and every time you choose trust, you are aligning with a higher vibrational state and accelerating your manifestation. You are not passively waiting for something to happen, but rather, you are actively choosing a state of knowing that it is already on its way. This is an extremely powerful distinction. On the other hand, doubt is not just a thought, but a low-frequency energy that acts as a major resistance to your affirmation. It is actively blocking your positive frequency, creating an internal interference, which will slow down the manifestation process. Every time you doubt the affirmation, you're creating a low-frequency state that is incompatible with the positive frequency you're trying to embody. So if you are constantly asking, "Is this working?" you are inadvertently creating a barrier in your subconscious. Doubt acts like a wall that is blocking all the positive programming you are doing with the affirmation. This is why trust is so essential, because without it, your doubts will cancel out all of your progress. You must choose trust over doubt every single time. Each time you choose trust, you strengthen your frequency, you accelerate the manifestation process, and you move one step closer to your desired reality. So I ask you, what frequency will you choose today? The choice is always yours. And the choice between trust and doubt is the choice between a high and a low frequency. And remember, the shift comes not from a place of wanting, but from a place of knowing. And this is why it's so important to embody your desired state right now. When you are focusing on what you want, you are also reinforcing what you do not have, and this will keep you in a state of lack. Instead, you must move from wanting to knowing. You must shift from a state of lack to a state of fulfillment. You see, wanting is a low frequency that keeps you focused on what is missing, whereas knowing is a high frequency that embodies abundance and the feeling of already having that which you desire. This is why the affirmation is designed to make you step into that state now, so that you may embody the frequency and then experience the result. It is not a shift in thought, but a shift in frequency. This is not about thinking yourself into existence, but knowing yourself into existence. The difference is profound. It is the difference between hope and faith. The initial signs of transformation may not be visible to your eyes, but they will be very real in your inner world, so pay attention. You might find that you're experiencing more peace, more joy, more gratitude, even in the face of life's challenges. You might notice that your thoughts are shifting to be more positive, more empowering, and more aligned with your desired reality. These internal shifts are a sign that the affirmation is working and that your frequency is starting to change. The first signs of change are always felt internally, and this will be the first sign that your external world is starting to align. And this is where the power of the affirmation lies. It is not just about saying words, but about making a deep and profound shift in your inner world, which is the foundation upon which all external reality is built. So pay attention to these subtle shifts. They are just as significant as the external changes you're waiting for, because they are the first signs of manifestation. Your new frequency is starting to take hold, and the external world will soon begin to reflect this change. And finally, once you have set your intention, it's crucial to detach from the specific outcome. You must not be focused on the how, but rather focused on aligning with the frequency of your desired reality. The universe has a way of bringing you what you desire in ways that you could never have imagined. So you must let go of the reins and trust that the universe is always working in your favor. And understand this very clearly. You are not just waiting for something to happen, you are allowing your desired reality to unfold in perfect time. Your internal world must align before the external world will align. The outer world is simply a reflection of your inner world. It is a mirror. And when you focus on the inner shift, rather than the external outcome, you align yourself with the highest frequency, and the universe will always deliver in perfect timing. So stay aware, stay open, and prepare yourself, because your new reality is already on its way. But you must do the work. And the work always begins within. So let's now explore the affirmation as a frequency tool and understand it is not just a series of positive words, but a carefully designed sequence meant to align your internal frequency with the reality you are wanting to create. It's an active tool, a deliberate way to influence your personal vibration and to change the very fabric of your life. Think of it this way, it is not just a mantra you are repeating, but a technology, an energetic tool that you can use to consciously shape your life. Each phrase is designed to create a specific energetic resonance that aligns with states like abundance, peace, and vibrant health. And when you speak these words, you are not just talking, you are intentionally vibrating at a higher frequency, a more powerful frequency, and you are actively choosing to step into the person that embodies this new reality. This is not passive hopping, it's active creating. This is the power you possess. It is time to use it. And you must begin to understand that you are not just speaking the words, you are emitting the frequency. Now, here's the catch. To truly unlock the full potential of this affirmation, you must speak it with genuine emotion, with feeling, allowing it to resonate within your entire being. It's not just about reciting the words, but about embodying the very essence of what they represent. This emotional engagement is what activates the manifestation process and is the fuel that powers it. When you say, "I am the frequency of abundance," you must not just say the words, but also feel the very essence of abundance as if it is your current reality. You must allow the feeling of abundance to flow through you. It's about embodying it. You see, the words themselves are just the beginning. It is the emotional experience that truly activates the affirmation's power, and you are the creator of that feeling. It is not about just stating the words, but about embodying them, truly feeling them, which is what creates a powerful shift in your personal frequency. And it is this feeling that acts as a magnet to draw your desired reality to you. Remember that feelings are the very language of the universe. And understand that this affirmation is designed to help you step into the being of the person you want to become, rather than trying to become them. And this subtle shift in perspective will dramatically alter how you show up in the world. You are not attempting to reach a new version of yourself, but you are actively stepping into it, right now. This subtle shift in perspective is what unlocks your power. By being the desired state, you align with that state on a vibrational level, which creates a new identity for yourself. This is not about faking it till you make it. This is about a real and genuine transformation that happens from within. It is not a surface-level change, but a deep shift in identity, and once you have made that shift, you can no longer remain who you were, and your life will begin to reflect this. The changes that you make within will always reflect in your reality, and the power to choose your reality is within you. Now, let's delve into why stillness is a crucial element in this process. A calm and quiet mind is essential for accessing and reprogramming the subconscious effectively, and this is not a passive state, but a very active and intentional action. You see, when your mind is in a state of chaos, the affirmation cannot penetrate deeply enough to reprogram the subconscious. It's like trying to plant a seed in a windy storm. It will not take root. Stillness creates the necessary space for the affirmation to take hold. It's the fertile soil that will allow for new beliefs to grow. When the mind is quiet, the subconscious is open, and it's receptive to the new information that you are providing it, and it is ready to accept the new beliefs that are being installed. Stillness is not just about not thinking, it's about creating an open space that allows the affirmation to take root. It is a very intentional and powerful act, and the power of this practice lies within this act of stillness. The action is in the stillness. To help cultivate this stillness, I invite you to use the power of your breath. Intentional breathing is a profound tool for quieting the mind and creating the space necessary for this affirmation. Before you begin speaking the affirmation, take a few slow and deep breaths, focusing on the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. Notice how the breath can bring you back to this present moment. The breath is a powerful anchor to your physical self, and by using the breath, you release the past and you let go of the future, bringing you back to this very moment. And in this very moment, you are able to connect with the power of your inner world, which is where all transformation begins. Each breath you take is an opportunity to come back to your body, creating a space where stillness can be cultivated, and you are always just one breath away from the present. Breath is the key, and you must understand that this mental quietness allows for greater focus on the affirmation, which increases the power of the intention behind the words. When your mind is quiet, your focus is laser sharp, allowing the affirmation to penetrate directly into your subconscious without interference. This combination of stillness and intention is extremely powerful because you are able to direct the intention into the subconscious with incredible precision. Stillness is the state in which intention becomes most potent, and in this state, you are able to actively shape your reality. It's when you combine stillness with intention that you are able to create a more powerful impact on the subconscious. It's the focused intention combined with the calm stillness that creates the space for true transformation. You are using the power of stillness to access the subconscious. Now, let's discuss the 21-night commitment and why it's so essential. You may notice that, during this practice, you will experience dips in your motivation, and you might feel a resistance to continuing the practice, particularly around the middle of the 21-night time frame. These challenges are not a sign of failure, but are in fact a clear indication that you are approaching a breakthrough. It's a natural part of the process. You might feel bored, you might feel the temptation to skip a night, especially after the initial excitement wears off. But that is normal, and it is a signal that your subconscious is being challenged. You will not always feel excited or enthusiastic, but it is in these moments of resistance that your commitment is truly tested. The transformation occurs in the moments that you are being challenged. The growth always occurs outside of the comfort zone, and this is where you will begin to experience the power of consistent action. And that is why persistence through resistance is absolutely essential for the transformation that you desire. It is not enough to just begin, you must also persist, and especially when it's hard, because it is in these moments of difficulty that true transformation takes place. When you feel like giving up, it's in that very moment that your subconscious is being challenged the most, and it is in this moment that the most powerful change can take place. You see, if you choose to persist, you are sending a very powerful message to your subconscious that you are serious about these changes and that you are committed to this new version of yourself. When you overcome this resistance, you're not just changing your habits, you are changing your identity, and you are no longer the person you were before. Overcoming the initial resistance is the key to solidifying the changes and locking in the new beliefs that you want to embody. So do not give up, especially when you are challenged. It is here that the transformation takes hold. By pushing through this resistance, you are sending a clear message to your subconscious that you are committed to these changes and that you are no longer going back to the old ways. Each time you choose to continue, despite feeling resistance, you are reinforcing the belief that you are committed to this new reality, and you are no longer aligned with the old one. The old version of you is no longer in control. Overcoming resistance is a clear indicator that you are shifting your identity and that the old ways of thinking and being are no longer serving you. You are making a clear choice to step into the new identity. It's not about avoiding challenges, but about using these challenges as opportunities to reinforce your commitment, and it is in this commitment that you will discover your true power. The challenges are a gift. Do not ignore them, but embrace them. Now, let's shift our focus to the concept of letting go and detaching from specific outcomes. Once you have spoken the affirmation with intention, it's crucial to release the need to control how or when the desired outcome appears. This is a counterintuitive concept, but an essential part of the process. After you have planted the seed of intention, you must trust that it will grow, and that micromanaging the process will only hinder it. Clinging too tightly to a specific result will block the flow of manifestation and can create more resistance in your experience. When you release control, you allow the universe to bring you the desired outcome in perfect time and in the most beneficial way. So let go of the need to control and allow the universe to unfold the path. You must learn to trust. And this trust is an active choice. And understand that trust is not a passive state of blind faith, but rather an active engagement with the process, and it's a choice to align with the positive frequencies of the universe. When you trust the process, you are actively choosing to believe that your intentions are already taking root and that the universe is always working in your favor. When you choose to trust, you are shifting from a state of worry and doubt into a state of ease and confidence, knowing that you are supported and that you are always taken care of. Trust is not about waiting for something to happen. It's about knowing that it will happen and allowing the universe to unfold the path. You must learn to believe and know that you are always guided. Your intuition is always leading you. And understand that faith is the active component of trust, and that it involves an active choice to remain aligned with the desired outcome, and it is not just a passive hope that something might happen. Faith is about continuing the nightly practice and keeping your internal state aligned with the desired outcome, even when you don't see immediate results. Faith is about showing the universe you are committed, and this commitment is what creates the path of least resistance to your desires. Faith is the bridge that allows you to move from wanting to knowing, and from a state of struggle to a state of ease. You must embrace faith, and remember that this faith is an active choice. Now let's shift our perspective and focus on the subtle signs of transformation that will begin to occur. The first signs that the affirmation is working will not be grand external events, but rather they will be subtle shifts in your thoughts, feelings, and your overall sense of well-being. You see, the first sign that the affirmation is taking root is a change within you, and these changes are a clear indication that the affirmation is taking hold and your frequency is shifting. You might begin to feel a greater sense of inner peace, even when facing life's challenges. You might experience a shift in your perspective, and you will begin to see situations from a more positive and empowered point of view. And these internal shifts are just as powerful as external changes. They are the necessary foundation upon which the external changes will occur. So pay attention, because the signs are always there if you take the time to notice. You might also notice that you are starting to feel lighter, more joyful, and more resilient. You will see that your fears and anxieties are beginning to subside. You may find yourself feeling less reactive and more able to respond to situations with calm understanding. You might notice that there is an increase in your feelings of confidence, and you begin to truly believe that your dreams are within reach. And these shifts are clear indications that you are beginning to embody the new identity that you are wanting to create through this practice. You will begin to feel differently, which will then create a new life. And this begins from within. And it is essential to understand that these internal shifts are not just about feeling better, but they are the very foundation for the external transformation that you are wanting. As your inner world changes, your outer reality will begin to reflect these shifts. As you begin to feel more abundant and more worthy, opportunities for abundance and fulfillment will begin to present themselves in your life. It's not about changing your external world, but that this external world changes when your internal world changes. These subtle internal shifts are the keys to manifesting your dreams and changing your life from the inside out. So embrace these changes, because they are a sign that the affirmation is working, and the change has already begun. Now, let's clarify your role in this entire process. The manifestation process is not passive. The affirmation is an active tool that requires you to deliberately choose your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, so you are aligning yourself with your desires, rather than just hoping that they will randomly appear. You are not a passive passenger in your life, but rather an active co-creator, and your thoughts, emotions, and intentions are the very ingredients in shaping your reality. This affirmation is not a magic spell, but a powerful tool that empowers you to take control and become an active director of your own life. Remember that you are the creator of your own reality. You are the one that chooses. And remember that intention is the key component in all of this. Intention is not just an abstract concept, but a powerful force, and it is this force that guides and shapes the frequencies you are emitting and the results that you are attracting. It must be a conscious and consistent effort on your part. Every word spoken with intention is an action that shapes your experience and directs your subconscious mind. Intentionality is the key that unlocks the affirmation's true potential, and that potential cannot be rushed. And you must always be aware of what you are saying, how you are feeling, and what you are choosing to align to. You must become the master of your inner world, and the more consistent you are in aligning your thoughts, emotions, and intentions, the faster you will see results. Every time you choose to align your thoughts, emotions, and intentions with your desired outcome, you are speeding up the manifestation process. This consistent effort is not about forcing an outcome, but rather about aligning your frequency to attract what you desire. You are choosing your destiny with every thought, emotion, and action, and this is the true power of actively participating. Remember that you are always in control. Now, let's talk about making this affirmation a nightly ritual. Understand that the period before sleep is crucial for imprinting information into the subconscious mind, and making the affirmation your last thought before you sleep will set the stage for subconscious alignment while you rest. Right before you fall asleep, your subconscious mind is most open, and it is most receptive to change, and repeating the affirmation here will create a lasting impact. This creates the perfect opportunity to program the subconscious with your desired beliefs and frequencies. This final nightly ritual is a powerful tool to reprogram your mind as you move from the conscious mind to the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is always listening, and the power of consistent nightly practice is what strengthens the neural pathways and solidifies the new beliefs in the subconscious. It's in the consistent action that you will see lasting results. Every night you repeat the affirmation, you are carving a new path in your mind, and these paths will become more solid over time. The power is not just in the action, but in the commitment to repeat it each night, creating a powerful rhythm in the subconscious mind. And it is this consistency that is the key to turning the new beliefs into ingrained habits and a natural way of being. It's about making it a part of your everyday life and your internal world. And understand that committing to this nightly ritual isn't just a task, but a profound declaration to the universe and to yourself that you are now choosing a new reality. Every night, you are choosing to speak this affirmation. You are declaring to the universe that you are now committed to a new life. This nightly practice is not just about achieving a specific outcome, but about creating a new identity aligned with the desired frequencies and results. This isn't just about what you want, but about who you are choosing to become, and this will create a ripple effect of change in your life. You are stepping into a new version of you. You are choosing yourself. And now, as we prepare for the final call to action, let's summarize the key concepts so you can make a powerful decision. Remember the power of frequency, the importance of your subconscious, the transformational power of this affirmation, the 21-night commitment, trust, and the power of detachment. Everything is frequency. Your thoughts and your feelings create your reality, and this affirmation is the key to consciously change those frequencies. Stillness and intention are the keys to accessing the power of the subconscious, and this 21-night practice is what's designed to create lasting results. And trust and letting go is vital for allowing manifestation to occur. You hold the power within you, and you must understand that the transformation you desire is absolutely within your grasp, and the power is always within you. You are not waiting for something to change, you are creating the change, and everything that you need for this transformation is already within you. The affirmation is designed to access that power, and you are the director of your life, and this affirmation is the tool to start creating your reality. You have the power, and you have the knowledge, and you have all that you need to create this change. And so now, I invite you to prepare for a final invitation to take action and to declare your commitment, making this a truly powerful moment of choice. This is not just about watching this video, but about choosing a new path and taking the steps to make that a reality. You are about to make a powerful decision, which will have a significant impact on your life, and you have the power to choose this now, so choose wisely and know that you are always supported. Now, let's explore the profound impact of I am declarations and understand that these two simple words are not just a statement, but a powerful declaration that shapes your reality. The phrase I am holds a unique power to create, to mold, and to form your experience, and it is not just a passive observation about yourself, but an active choice. Your subconscious mind accepts whatever follows, I am, as an absolute truth, regardless of whether it aligns with your current circumstances or not. This is not a suggestion, but a directive, and your subconscious mind will begin to accept it, and then actively work to align your experiences to match. Think of it like this. You are giving your subconscious a blueprint, and it will immediately begin to work towards creating it. And it doesn't care if this blueprint is something you want or not. It will simply work towards creating it, which is why it's crucial to choose your words wisely. When you say, I am, you are signaling to your subconscious that this is who you are choosing to be, and it will begin to shift your entire world to match that. Every thought, every emotion, every action will then be aligned to this belief. The subconscious is a powerful tool, and it is time to use it with absolute awareness. And here's something you must understand. The subconscious doesn't question the truth of the I am statement. It simply accepts it as a fundamental reality, and then it begins to bring experiences into your life to prove it. For instance, if you repeatedly say, I am worthy, your subconscious will begin to create experiences that validate your worthiness, and you will suddenly begin to find yourself in situations where you feel valued and respected. You may even find that opportunities for growth and abundance are appearing in your life. But conversely, if you constantly repeat, I am not good enough, your subconscious will seek to prove that as well, bringing experiences of lack, limitation, and hardship into your reality. This is how the subconscious works, and you are the director of your subconscious. The I am declaration is a signal to the subconscious that you are claiming a reality, and it will begin to align your entire world to match. This is the power you possess, and the universe will always work to bring you more of what you are claiming. So, what are you claiming today? And so, you must become aware that our sense of self, our identity, is constructed by these repeated I am statements that we tell ourselves. And these statements, whether conscious or unconscious, become the very foundation of our beliefs and perceptions. These statements are the building blocks, and they shape our behaviors, our actions, and ultimately, our entire experience of life. Every action, every choice, stems from the identity you have created for yourself. And if you want to make real change, you must begin to shift these statements. If you continuously tell yourself, I am always tired, your subconscious will start to create a reality where you are always tired, because it is simply matching your identity as a tired person, and it will constantly seek to confirm it. But if you constantly state, I am energized and vibrant, your subconscious will work to bring experiences that prove this, aligning you to a new identity of a vibrant and energized person. These are not fleeting thoughts, but very real declarations, and they form the structure of your entire life. Your identity is not fixed, You can choose it, and I AM is the tool for you to do just that. So choose wisely. And this is where the power of the core affirmation comes in. It is designed to shift your identity by consciously programming positive, I AM statements into your subconscious mind, and it is a very precise technology for change. With this affirmation, you are not just attempting to change your circumstances, but also your core identity and who you believe yourself to be. You are not just hopping for a wish, you are creating a new identity, and that identity will create your new life. This is the key to creating lasting transformation, and if you keep the same identity, you will continue to get the same results, and you are here for more, and you are capable of more. And by repeating, I am the frequency of abundance, you are not just wishing for abundance, but actively assuming the identity of someone who is already abundant. And then all your thoughts, feelings, and actions will align with this identity. The power is not just in the words, but in the conscious act of choosing who you are and aligning with the reality you are wanting to create. And with every repetition, you are strengthening this new identity, and your entire life will begin to change. Now let's shift our focus and understand the critical difference between the low frequency of wanting and the high frequency of knowing. And this is the key to understanding manifestation. The state of wanting is rooted in a feeling of lack and separation, which vibrates at a very low frequency, and it actually perpetuates the state of not having what is desired. It is a self-defeating loop. When you want something, you are always focused on the fact that you don't have it, and you will continue to remain in this state of lacking and separation. This vibration of wanting will keep you away from your desires, and it will ensure that you never attain them. The more you want, the further away you will be. It's an energetic trap, and you must become aware of it. Conversely, the state of knowing is a state of certainty and inner alignment, and it vibrates at a very high frequency, attracting the desired reality with absolute ease. When you know that you have something, you are not longing for it. You are simply connected to the energy of already having it, and the frequency of knowing will draw those experiences to you. You must move from the frequency of wanting to the frequency of knowing, and this affirmation is the key. And you must now understand that when you are focusing on, I want abundance, you are essentially saying, I don't have it, which will only reinforce that state of lack. Whereas when you state, I know that I am already abundant, you shift into a state of having, and that frequency will attract more of the same. The very act of focusing on what you lack keeps your vibration in that lower state of lacking, and by contrast, when you focus on what you already have, you attract more of the same into your life. The affirmation is the tool that is designed to move you from the low-frequency state of wanting to the high-frequency state of knowing, and you have the power to choose what you align to. And you must always be aware of what you are choosing each and every moment. And when you connect to the frequency of knowing, you will experience the power of manifesting and creating. And understand this critical point. The affirmation is not about hopping for a future reality, but about stepping into the feeling and the experience of already having it now. And it is this feeling that is the key to everything. The goal is to use the affirmation as a way to actually feel the desired reality in the present moment, and this will shift your vibration and your identity immediately. By doing this, you are essentially shifting into that new reality now, rather than waiting for it in some future moment, and this creates an internal congruency, which is absolutely necessary for lasting change. It's important for you to understand that when you feel it now, the manifestation will begin now, and there is no need to wait. For instance, instead of saying, I will have peace, the affirmation has you state, I am peaceful, which is embodying that state of being right now and not simply wishing for it and waiting for it. The affirmation is about collapsing time and bringing the desired future into the present moment. This is the power of the present moment, and this critical point must be understood. The key to bridging the gap between wanting and having is connecting with the feeling of the desired state right now, in this moment, and not chasing some future outcome that feels far away. You must stop chasing the future and begin to connect with the feeling right now. Manifestation is not a passive process. It is an active one, and you are the architect of your future, and your feelings are the tools to move from the state of wanting to the state of knowing. For example, if you desire to feel love, it's not about waiting for someone to love you, but about connecting with the feeling of being loved. And when you align to that frequency, you will begin to attract those loving experiences into your life, because you are already vibrating at the frequency of love. Wanting is a feeling of lack, while knowing is a feeling of abundance, and it is your feelings that are the pathway to connecting with your desired outcomes. You are the creator of your feelings, and you are the creator of your life. Now let's understand the power of subconscious reprogramming and how it is connected to manifestation, and you will soon discover that the power lies in your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is the engine behind manifestation, and the core affirmation is specifically designed to reprogram it, aligning its beliefs with the reality you desire. You cannot use your conscious mind to create lasting change. You must work with your subconscious mind and understand that this system is a process. The subconscious accepts what you tell it without question, making it the key to transformation, and it is always listening. For example, if your subconscious is programmed with the belief that you are not good enough, your external world will always reflect this, even if you want abundance consciously, and this will be an ongoing battle until you change your subconscious beliefs. But if you reprogram the subconscious to believe that you are worthy and abundant, it will begin to prove this, and it will become effortless. Conscious thought alone has very little power in creating change, and you must learn to focus on working with the subconscious, where all the magic occurs, and the affirmation is the tool to accessing it. And this is where repetition comes in. The power of the affirmation lies in its repetition, which helps to override old beliefs and create new neural pathways in your brain, and it is a very scientific and precise process. This repetition is how you install a new program so that you will begin to believe that the reality you are wanting is real. One time is not enough. One affirmation isn't enough, but the consistency and the repetitive practice is what will bring about lasting change. It's like learning a new language. You must repeat the new words and phrases consistently to reprogram the brain. Each time you repeat the affirmation, you are strengthening the new beliefs in your subconscious, slowly but surely burying the old ones and rewiring your brain. The 21-night commitment is not arbitrary. It is based on the science of habit formation and subconscious reprogramming, and it is a very precise system. The key is in the consistent repetition and never skipping a day. This is the most potent way to create new and lasting change. And understand that it is the emotions that accompany the affirmation that makes it take root, and not just the words themselves, and this is the key point in this entire process. It's not about just stating words, it's about bringing the feeling with it as you say them, which is where the real power lies. Emotion acts as the key that unlocks the subconscious, allowing the affirmation to penetrate deep enough for lasting change to occur, and it is this feeling that is the fuel that powers it all. For example, saying, "I am abundant," without feeling it, will have little to no impact on the subconscious, and it will be a very empty statement. But saying it while truly feeling abundant, as if it is already your reality, will create lasting transformation, and it will be a potent tool. The emotions act as the fuel that propels the affirmation into the subconscious, making it far more powerful and effective, and it is the feeling that you must connect with. The more emotion you bring into it, the faster it will be integrated into the subconscious, and the faster you will begin to see real results. Now, let's bring this into the practical and understand that making the affirmation the last thought before sleep is essential. The period right before falling asleep is when the subconscious mind is most receptive, making this the perfect time to program it with positive beliefs and intentions. This time must not be overlooked. It is not passive, but the most important and potent time for change and transformation. As you drift off to sleep, your conscious mind relaxes and your subconscious becomes more open to suggestions. And it is in this state that the affirmation can truly take hold. Making the affirmation the last thing you think of before sleeping allows the positive programming to take root, and it will set you up for a day of alignment. This nightly ritual is a powerful way to reprogram the subconscious and create a new reality in the most effective way. And the best part is you already do it every single night. And now let's understand visualization and how it is the key to enhancing the affirmation's effects. And it does this by creating mental images while you are saying the affirmation, and this amplifies its effect by connecting it to a sensory experience. Visualization is not just a daydream, it's a very potent tool that creates a deeper emotional connection, allowing the subconscious to fully accept this new reality. It is a practical tool that strengthens the entire process. When you say, "I am healthy," visualize yourself in perfect health, moving with ease, feeling energized and vibrant. And this mental image helps to create a clearer picture in your subconscious, making it far more likely that the desired outcome will come into existence. Using visualization connects you to the feelings of already having the outcome, and this is what makes it so powerful and effective, and it is a very potent technology that you have access to at all times. And always remember that you must engage all your senses in the visualization, and this means sight, sound, touch, smell, and taste to make the process more vivid and to create a deeper emotional experience, which in turn will make the process more enjoyable. You are no longer just thinking it, you are now experiencing it. This is the key to creating a truly immersive visualization that connects you to your future reality. This also allows you to use the visualization as a tool for transformation, and to understand that it isn't just daydreaming, it is a very real practical skill that you can use anytime. You must not just see the desired outcome, but you must hear it, smell it, feel it, and even taste it to make it truly real to the subconscious. And when you engage all these senses, the subconscious will begin to accept that this is a reality. The more senses you engage, the more real the visualization becomes, making it easier for the subconscious to accept. And this immersive experience is what makes the visualization powerful, and it will more quickly allow you to step into your desired reality. And now, let's address the common feeling of resistance during the 21-night practice, and understand that this is all a part of the process. There will be days that you feel less motivated, and understand that the true power lies in that. And understand that this resistance is a natural part of the process, and when you choose to continue, even when you don't want to, you will discover real transformation. This is a very normal experience, and you are not alone, and it is here that your power will grow. You may experience internal resistance, and it is normal to feel less motivated as you face the challenges of creating a new habit and a new identity, and it is here that you must choose to push through. Resistance is a sign that the subconscious is being challenged, and it is in those moments that you chose to push through that the true transformation will take place. These are not signs to give up, but rather indicators that you are on the very verge of a major breakthrough. And there are practical tips you can use for overcoming this resistance and getting back on track when you feel unmotivated. Set very small and achievable goals. Remind yourself of why you even started this process. Revisualize the end results and connect to the feeling you are wanting. This will allow you to take personal agency and feel more in control. This process is not always smooth, and having these tools are necessary to ensure your success. Even if you only say the affirmation once, that is always better than not saying it at all. And remember, consistency is more important than perfection. And when you feel resistance, connect to the feeling of your desired reality and see that as your reason why for continuing. And even the smallest steps, when taken consistently, will lead to very significant transformations, and they will compound over time. The key is to never give up. And remember that choosing to show up to the affirmation, even when you don't feel like it, creates a message to your subconscious that this change is incredibly important. The subconscious registers not just the affirmation itself, but the commitment of continuing the practice. And by showing up even when it's difficult, you are strengthening your commitment and making a clear decision that these new beliefs are more important than the old ways of thinking. This act of discipline strengthens your commitment and solidifies the changes that are happening in your subconscious. Persistence always creates momentum, and the more persistent you are, the more the subconscious will become willing to accept the new beliefs, and it will move into a new identity with absolute ease. And now let's understand how trust is essential for allowing the entire process to unfold. And this is not about passively waiting, but actively aligning with the belief that the desired outcome is already on its way, and in this lies true power. Trust is an action, and it is about knowing, not about waiting, and it is an active choice, not a passive hope. Trusting is not about being naive, but about choosing to believe that the universe always has your best interests in mind and that your desires are on their way. Trust always reduces resistance, and it allows for manifestation to flow with absolute ease. And you must remember that trust is about choosing to align with the universe and actively co-creating your desired reality. And you must always be aware of the critical role that doubt plays in all of this, and that doubt blocks the flow of manifestation, and you must choose to release it. Doubt is a low-frequency energy that creates resistance and interferes with the manifestation process, and it is a choice. Choosing to doubt blocks the affirmation from taking root, and it creates a barrier between you and your desires. It's not just about thinking something, it's a true energetic block that will stop your manifestation. Doubt is not just a thought, it's also a frequency that vibrates in opposition to the positive frequencies that you are trying to attract with this affirmation, and it is the opposite of your desires. When you hold on to doubt, you are sending a confusing message to your subconscious, and that can halt the entire manifestation process. Doubt is a form of self-sabotage that blocks the very things that you're wanting to create, so choose wisely. And finally, you must understand the importance of letting go and detaching from specific outcomes, and this is one of the most challenging but critical parts of this process. You must release the need to control the exact how, when, and where your desired outcome will show up. It is absolutely vital to understand that this creates ease and flow, and the universe is able to bring results in surprising and wonderful ways. By letting go, you create space for the universe to come through, and this can only be done when you release attachment to specific outcomes. Once you have set your intention with the affirmation, it is time to let the universe do its work, and know that the universe will bring you the results in the most perfect way. Micromanaging the process will only create more resistance, and it will block the outcome you are trying to manifest. And when you choose to let go, you are creating space for the universe to bring you all that you desire in the most perfect and beneficial way. And now, you must prepare to notice the subtle shifts in your external reality and understand that the outer changes will always mirror the internal shifts, but they will not always show up in the ways that you might expect. They will also not always show up immediately, so patience is important. These shifts may start out small and subtle, but they are all indicators that your affirmation is working and that you are very much on your way. The first signs of your transformation might be an opportunity that comes out of nowhere or a connection to someone who can help you along your path, and you will begin to notice that the universe is beginning to bend to meet you. You must stay aware and stay open to noticing them because they are there and they are the validations of your new frequency. The universe will always align with your internal state, which is why all of the work must always start within. And now understand that all of the opportunities and the synchronicities that you begin to attract are not random, but are a direct result of your frequency shift and this should act as validation for the entire process and provide even more faith for your journey. This should show you the system in action and help you to understand that it's not just positive thinking, but an active and intentional process. As you align with the frequency of abundance, opportunities for wealth and success will begin to appear. You will begin to attract people who are aligned with your new frequency, and they will help you on your journey. And all of these opportunities are like breadcrumbs, guiding you on the path to your desired reality. You are not alone, and you are always being guided. And you must always remember that your outer world will always bend to your inner alignment. As you continue to align internally, the external world will always begin to reflect this, and this is not a coincidence, but rather a direct result of your affirmation and your commitment to this process. This solidifies the idea that you are the creator of your reality, and that you have the power to intentionally shape your future, and it always begins from within. It is never about changing your external world. It is about changing your internal state, which will, in turn, change the external world, and this is the key to true manifestation. The affirmation is designed to change your inner world, and your outer world will begin to reflect this, inevitably. The process will not always be linear, but the changes will begin to show up slowly but surely, and they will always be a direct reflection of the inner state that you are cultivating. And now, understand the importance of continuing this practice and how vital it is to maintaining the benefits. The consistent use of this affirmation before sleep is crucial for maintaining and deepening the changes made within your subconscious mind and ensuring lasting and long-term effects. This is not a one-time practice, but rather a habit to be incorporated into your life. And this consistency is what is designed to create lasting and long-term results. By making this affirmation a nightly ritual, you are continually reinforcing and solidifying the new beliefs and intentions. The subconscious responds to consistency, and the power lies in the nightly repetition, not a sporadic practice, and you must choose consistency over perfection. This is not a short-term fix, but a very long-term strategy for creating lasting transformation and for consistently aligning with your desires. You are building a new life, one step at a time. And remember that you must also remain open to the subtle shifts that may not always be obvious, and to see them as equally powerful as the large changes that may eventually come, because they are all connected. The internal changes are just as important as the external ones, and you must be looking for those subtle shifts as validation that your process is indeed working, and always to continue. The key is not to give up before the outer results appear, and those subtle shifts are a great indicator that the change is happening, even if it is not obvious. You might experience a small shift in your mood or a new idea that will lead you to your goals. And these smaller changes are just as powerful as the grand events that will happen later, because they are the very foundation for all of the external transformations that are about to take place. You must learn to honor the small wins, because they are the keys to everything. And now, as we prepare for the final call to action, let's set the stage by inviting you to make the affirmation your last thought before sleep, and this will be the final step for this entire practice. It is this final step that will solidify all of the changes you are wanting and fully commit you to the process. Committing to this nightly ritual before bed is the most potent action that you can take for creating real transformation, and this is where the magic will truly happen. This is the last thing you will do before you close your eyes to allow the affirmation to settle into your subconscious, and this small commitment is what will change absolutely everything. You are aligning with your desired reality even as you sleep, and so the final step is yours, and it all begins tonight. Now, let's explore the fascinating ways in which these shifts in your frequency begin to manifest in the world around you, and how they show up as tangible signs of change, not just wishful thinking. Have you ever experienced a moment where everything just seemed to align perfectly, where the right people, the right opportunities, and the right resources appeared almost out of nowhere? These are not random events, but rather synchronicities, which are a clear sign that your internal state is starting to harmonize with your desired external reality. They are the universe's way of showing you that you are on the right path and that your new frequency is actively creating a new reality for you. These synchronicities are not coincidences, but rather they are the breadcrumbs that lead you on the path to your desired outcome, and they are a clear indication that the universe is responding to your new frequency. You might find yourself meeting a person who has the precise knowledge or resource that you need, or perhaps you come across a piece of information that perfectly answers a question you had, or you find an opportunity that you have been hoping for appearing out of seemingly nowhere. These are not random events, but rather carefully orchestrated by your internal shift and the universe always working to bring you what you desire. And when you begin to pay close attention, you will begin to see these synchronicities everywhere, acting as confirmation of the magic that is now unfolding. And this is what you must now understand. Opportunities are not something that you find, but rather they are something that you attract, and this shifts your focus from a passive state to an active state of creation. It is not about hoping or wishing for something to come to you, but rather understanding that you are a magnet and the universe will organize itself to bring you what you are aligning to. When you begin to vibrate at a higher frequency, you become a magnet for experiences that match that frequency, and the more you embody that state of being, the more you will draw the right people and situations to you. For example, if you have been struggling with feeling lonely and you begin to embody the frequency of love and connection, you will start to attract more loving and supportive relationships into your life. This is not about luck, but about vibrational alignment, and it is about understanding that you are the one who attracts opportunities and not the other way around. And all of this power lies in your ability to actively choose your vibration. And this is not a theory, it is a very real system of cause and effect. And when you understand this, everything begins to shift. And you must always remember that your outer world is simply a reflection of your inner world, and your inner world is the blueprint that your outer world is following. Synchronicities and opportunities are not just random events, but rather they are evidence that your internal world is directly influencing your external world, and they show you that you have the power to create real change. The outer world is like a mirror that reflects back your internal state, and if you don't like what you see in the mirror, you must begin to change what is within. If your inner world is chaotic, your outer world will be chaotic. And when you create peace within, you will begin to see peace reflected back in your external reality. If your inner world is full of lack, you will continue to attract more lack and scarcity. And if you connect to abundance, you will see it reflected in your life. The affirmation is the tool that allows you to change the blueprint, and it begins from the inside out. When you make changes internally, the outer world has no choice but to follow. This is the key and your power. Now let's delve into some practical applications and discover how this affirmation can create tangible improvements in various areas of your life and move out of the theory into real life. And you will soon understand that this is not just about some vague spiritual concept, but a very practical tool that can be applied to all areas of your life. This affirmation has the power to positively impact your financial stability, your health, your relationships, and so much more, and it does this by changing your internal state. If you have been struggling with debt, this affirmation can shift your vibration into abundance, and you will soon notice opportunities for financial gain. If you have been dealing with health issues, you can begin to use the affirmation to connect with the frequency of health and vitality, and slowly your body will begin to respond. If your relationships are lacking connection, you can begin to use the affirmation to connect with the frequency of love and empathy, and that connection will soon be reflected back to you. This is not just about creating positive thoughts, but actively creating a new reality for yourself and choosing who you are going forward. And it all begins with you. And understand this powerful truth. This affirmation is not only a tool to change your circumstances, but also a very precise tool for changing your emotional state, and that shift is just as important as the outer changes. It is designed to cultivate joy, peace, and gratitude, which are all high vibrational frequencies that will attract more of the same back to you. It is designed to move you from a low-frequency state of fear, worry, and anxiety to a high-frequency state of peace and gratitude. And this is not only going to change your external world, but your internal experience and how you move through life. It's not just about manifestation, it is about becoming a happier, more fulfilled person and truly connecting to all that is. As you repeat the phrase, "I feel positive feeling," knowing that I am aligned to this frequency, you are actively choosing to cultivate those high vibrational emotions, which will in turn attract even more of the same. This is the secret, and you now hold the key. And this feeling is the real target of this practice. And now understand that this affirmation is a very proactive tool that allows you to become an active participant in your own life, rather than a passive bystander, waiting for something good to happen. It is not about waiting for a miracle, but becoming the miracle itself and actively choosing your future. It's not about relying on external circumstances to change. It is about using your own power to create those changes. You are not the subject of your life, but the author and the director, and you are writing your story from this moment on. This affirmation is a tool that allows you to take control of your destiny and to stop being a victim of circumstance, because you now know that the only changes you need to make are internal. You are no longer waiting for something good to happen. You are actively choosing to create the circumstances that you desire, and you are no longer a passenger in your life, but the driver, and this affirmation is the key that unlocks your power, and you hold that key in your own hands. Now let's address the natural fear that arises when considering the concept of letting go, and understand that this process is not about giving up, but rather about trusting that the universe is always working in your favor. Letting go is not about passivity, but rather it's about surrendering to the natural flow of the universe, which is always working for your highest good. This is not about abandoning your desires, but about creating space for the universe to come through, and the universe can only come through when you release the need to control. The need to control comes from a place of fear and lack, while letting go comes from a place of trust and faith. And when you let go, you are not relinquishing control, you are simply stepping into a state of trust. And understand that the more you cling to control, the more you create resistance, and the more you try to force something to happen, the more difficult it becomes. And it is only when you let go that you can create space for the universe to work its magic. And it is in this surrender that you will find your true power. And it is important to clarify that detachment does not mean disinterest, but rather it means releasing the need to control the specifics of how and when your desired outcome will manifest. It is about surrendering to a higher plan and knowing that the universe is always working to bring you the most perfect outcome in the most perfect way, even when it does not look like what you might have envisioned. This is not about not caring about the outcome, but rather choosing to trust that you are always being guided and supported. You can still hold the vision of your desired outcome, but release the need to obsess over every detail and every path that it might take. You must understand that this is not about giving up, but trusting that your desires are already on their way and that they will come to you in perfect time. And when you let go, you are creating space for all of that to manifest with ease and grace. And when you release the need to control, you open yourself to receiving with ease, and this is where the magic truly begins. And when you are not in a constant state of resistance and control, the universe will then work in your favor, and it will bring your desired outcome to you in the most unexpected and perfect way. The need for control is a form of resistance, and it is a message to the universe that you don't trust the process, and this message is also a frequency that blocks the outcome you desire. And when you are trying to control, you are sending a signal of lack, and you are preventing the manifestation. But when you let go and trust, you send a clear signal that you know that your desires are already on their way. And in this state, the universe is able to do its work and to bring you the outcome with grace. And when you trust, you are creating space for magic to happen, and you will often be surprised at the doors that begin to open. And now, let's reframe the 21-night commitment from just a practice into a profound ritual for personal transformation, where you begin to see each night as a powerful act of self-love and dedication to your future. And these are not just nights of doing an exercise, but rather a sacred commitment you are making to yourself. It's a dedication, not just a task, and a powerful act of self-love that is designed to transform your life from the inside out. Each night is linked to the other, and every night you are adding more power and momentum to your transformation. This is not an arbitrary amount of nights, but a very specific commitment that will create real and lasting change, and it will shift the way you see yourself and the world around you. And every night you show up for this affirmation, you are making a profound commitment to your future self, and those changes are inevitable. And it is in this commitment that the power truly lies. And with each night, you will experience a build-up of momentum, where each affirmation builds upon the last, increasing the power and the momentum of the transformation, and it creates a snowball effect. Just as a snowball starts small, but with every roll it grows bigger and more powerful, the affirmation works in much the same way, and each night it is strengthening your new beliefs and intentions. And it is also about understanding that every single repetition counts, and every night you are getting closer and closer to your desired state, and you are building momentum every single day. This consistent process is designed to take you deeper into the subconscious and create a new pathway in your brain. And the power lies in consistency, not perfection. And you are moving into a new reality, one night at a time. And now, understand that this ritual is not just a practice, but a deep journey of self-discovery, where you are not only changing your external reality, but also changing who you are and your understanding of your own potential, and it is a process of personal evolution. This 21-night ritual is akin to a hero's journey, where you will face challenges and obstacles, but when you continue, you will emerge as a stronger and more empowered version of yourself. And with every single night, you will begin to have new insights and more clarity around your true desires, and you are also peeling away the layers that are no longer serving you, revealing the person you were always meant to be. And this is not just a practice, but a personal journey that is designed to transform your entire life and yourself in profound and unexpected ways, and you are actively choosing to be a part of that process. And now let's shift the focus from doing the affirmation to being the affirmation, and understand that the goal is not just to perform an action, but to embody the qualities and frequencies that the affirmation represents. It's not enough to simply say the words, but you must also feel them and live them, and it is in this embodiment that you create real and lasting change. It is about aligning your identity with the affirmation so that it is no longer something you do, but something that you are, and it is in that being that you will shift your entire world. The goal is to become the vibration of the affirmation, where it is no longer something separate from you, but an extension of who you are. And when you shift into being the affirmation, your actions will become a natural expression of your new identity. And it is vital to understand that being the affirmation is not about faking it till you make it, but about living authentically from the new identity that you are creating with the affirmation, and your actions will naturally come from this new place without needing to be forced or planned. This is not about pretending, but about creating a very real shift from within that shifts the way you move through the world. When you are being the affirmation of abundance, your actions will naturally come from a place of generosity and opportunity without having to try to be that way. And when you be the affirmation, you move into a state of natural flow, where your actions will become a natural reflection of your new inner state, and your thoughts and feelings will naturally align with this new version of yourself. And this is where the magic will truly begin. And now understand that this inner shift of being the affirmation creates a magnetic pull for manifestation, and it is about attracting rather than chasing. And when you align to the right frequency, what you desire will come to you effortlessly. And when you are in the right frequency, you will no longer need to chase, because the universe will begin to deliver it to you with grace and ease. It is not about chasing the outcome, but about becoming the vibration that attracts it. And when you embody the affirmation of love, you will then begin to attract loving and supportive relationships into your life, because you are now a magnet for love, and so it must come to you. When you be the affirmation, you will effortlessly begin to attract all the opportunities, people, and situations that match your new frequency, and you will not need to chase anything, because when you shift internally, the external world has no choice but to move to meet you. And now, let's reframe your understanding of the universe from being something that is holding you back to understanding that it is a supportive guide that is always working in your favor, and with that knowledge, everything changes. The universe is not an entity to be struggled against, but rather, it is a partner in your journey, and when you understand this, you will release all forms of resistance. It is not about trying to push your will on the universe, but rather, aligning your intentions with it, and understanding that the universe will always respond to your highest good. The universe is not a gatekeeper, it is a guide that is always working to bring you what you desire and what you need to evolve. It is not an entity outside of yourself, but rather a reflection of your inner world, always responding to your frequency. And it is in that dance that the magic lies. And when you trust the universe, you align yourself with the path of least resistance, which is always the easiest and most enjoyable path to your desired reality, and it removes all forms of struggle and force from the entire process, and it will lead you to your desires. And when you begin to trust in this flow, you will realize that you are not fighting against anything, and you are always being guided and supported. Instead of trying to force things to happen, when you align with the universe, everything will happen with grace and ease, and you will be surprised at how easily the universe opens doors that you could never have imagined. And when you trust the process, you move from a state of struggle to a state of flow where your desires come to you effortlessly. And you must always remember that aligning with the universe is not about hopping, but rather knowing that your desires are already on their way. And it is vital to understand that when you truly trust the universe, you will become open and receptive to receiving all of the gifts, opportunities, and synchronicities that it has for you, and that the universe is always giving, but you must be open to receive. And your ability to receive is a direct reflection of your internal state, and the more you trust, the more you will be able to receive. When you are in a state of worry, you are essentially closing yourself off. But when you are in a state of trust, you will naturally become a magnet for the people and the opportunities that are aligned with your desires. The ability to receive is not about doing, but being, and trust is the key that unlocks the flow of abundance, and it allows you to receive with ease, and you must now open yourself up to receiving all that is on its way. And now it is important to see that transformation is an ongoing process and not a final destination, and that this 21-night commitment is not an endpoint, but a powerful starting point on your path. And the process of change and growth is continuous, and you will always be evolving. It's important to have realistic expectations that transformation is a lifelong journey, not an event, and that this is not about arriving, but enjoying the process of becoming. And when you understand that the journey is the destination, you can truly allow yourself to relax and to enjoy the ever-unfolding process of your transformation. This 21-night commitment is a springboard that is launching you on a new path of continuous self-improvement and growth, and that will always continue if you choose it. And it is vital to understand that when you consistently focus on your inner world, your external reality will inevitably begin to reflect. Your internal shifts and that lasting change comes from a solid internal foundation. And that is why this affirmation is so powerful and designed to create lasting change. It is never about changing the outside, but rather changing the inside. And when the internal changes, the external world has no choice but to follow. This is not about a short-term fix, but rather a lifelong process of continuous growth and evolution, and it will create a ripple effect that will transform all aspects of your life. And when you tend to your internal landscape, you will create a very solid foundation for long-term success and happiness, and your external reality will simply be a reflection of that inner work. And now, understand that consistency in practice is what builds long-term momentum, and that consistent daily practice is essential for maintaining the new frequency and for achieving lasting transformation. And this practice is designed to become a habit that reinforces the positive changes over time. This is not a one-time thing, but rather a new way of being that must be consistently upheld to create lasting results. And consistent effort compounds over time, creating a very powerful and positive momentum that attracts your desires with absolute ease. And this consistent effort is the key to creating lasting transformation. And by simply showing up every day, you are creating a new foundation for a new life, and you must choose consistency over perfection. And now, as we approach the final commitment, let's bring the focus back to the vital role of feeling, and understand that the real power of the affirmation comes not from just the words, but from feeling the desired state as you are repeating them. And this is about connecting to being the affirmation. This entire process is all about the feeling, and it is the feeling that makes the practice truly alive, and it is in this feeling that all the power lies. Saying, "I am abundant," without the feeling of abundance will have very little effect, whereas saying it while feeling truly abundant will amplify your results. And the feeling is the key that unlocks the potential of this affirmation. This is about connecting to the feeling of already having it, and not just thinking about the words, and it is in that feeling that all the magic will begin. And now let's set the stage for the final call to action by bringing your focus back to the idea that the last thought before sleep is the most powerful time for programming your subconscious mind, and that this nightly ritual is the most important thing that you can do. This nightly practice is the perfect time to imprint your desires into your subconscious mind, and it creates a ripple effect into your entire life, and you must not overlook the power that lies in this potent opportunity. And this final step is what will solidify all of the changes that you are wanting to create and fully commit you to the process. The last thought before you sleep is like planting a seed in the fertile soil of your subconscious, and you must understand that those seeds will then grow to create your reality. And finally, as we move towards the end, let's create a sense of anticipation for your final decision, and ask yourself if you are ready to commit to this practice, and all that it will bring, because this moment is a powerful moment of transformation, where you choose to step into a new reality, and that power lies in your own choice. And so now, pause, take a deep breath, and consider if you are ready to step into a new reality by fully committing to this affirmation process. Because this is not just about watching a video. It is about making a very real choice that will transform your entire life, and that choice is yours to make. And the choice that you make in this moment will determine the direction of your future. So now, let's take a moment to truly integrate what we've explored and understand that at the core of everything we've discussed is this very simple yet profound truth. Your life, your experiences, your relationships are all dictated by the frequency that you are emitting. And this is not a theory, but a fundamental principle of the universe. Every thought, every emotion, every belief has its own unique frequency, and it is this frequency that shapes the reality that you experience and what you draw into your life. And you now understand that you are not a passive observer in this process, but the active director of your personal energy. And when you know how to consciously control your frequency, you gain the ability to consciously control your destiny. And this understanding was always available to you, but now you can consciously use it to create the life that you desire. You are not at the mercy of circumstance. You are the driver of your destiny, and that power lies within you. This began with a simple question: what if everything was dictated by frequency? And now you understand the answer. And this entire process, and the affirmation itself, works as a very precise tool to deliberately shift your internal frequency. And it does this by using a combination of intention, emotion, and repetition to reprogram the subconscious mind. The affirmation acts as a dial that allows you to tune into a different frequency, which then begins to attract experiences that are aligned with that new vibration. And this occurs from the inside out. Every time you speak the affirmation with intention and emotion, you are shifting your personal frequency, and this will inevitably begin to change your external reality. It's like changing the station on a radio. You are not hoping that new music will play. You are deliberately choosing it. And when you combine intention, emotion, and repetition, you create a very powerful tool that can be used to deliberately create the reality that you desire. And this is the key to understanding how this whole process works. It's not complex, but it is very precise. And it's crucial to remember that true transformation comes from connecting with the feeling of your desired reality, rather than simply repeating the words, which is why you must use this affirmation with the feeling of already having that which you desire. Thinking the affirmation is simply planting the seed of intention, but feeling it is what allows it to grow and blossom and become something real, and this is the secret. The feeling of already being in your desired state collapses time and brings the manifestation into the present moment, and it is in that state of already having it that all the power lies. Emotion is the fuel that powers the subconscious mind, and when you combine the affirmation with that feeling, you create a very potent catalyst for change that will reprogram your beliefs from the inside out. This is not just about positive thinking, it's about positive feeling, and that changes everything. Now let's expand our perspective beyond just personal transformation and consider the far-reaching implications that frequency control can have, not just for you, but for those around you and even the world as a whole. When you understand the power of frequency, you will also understand that you are connected to everyone and everything, and when you raise your frequency, you positively affect the frequency of those around you, creating a ripple effect of positive change in your community and beyond. And when more and more people start to align with higher frequencies, we can create a more peaceful and harmonious world for everyone, and we can create it together. Your personal transformation has a ripple effect, and when you change, you empower others to change as well, and that is how we make the world a better place. And it's vital to understand that the 21-night commitment is not just a short-term exercise, but rather a very important catalyst for creating lasting positive change in all areas of your life. It's not simply about changing your habits, but your identity and choosing a new future for yourself by showing up each and every night and making this powerful commitment. Each night you make the choice to continue the practice, and you are choosing a new future, and it is a powerful act of intention. This is not about a quick fix, but an intentional and consistent commitment to yourself and your future that will create lasting results. It's about more than just the affirmation, it's about the commitment to the process. And now let's acknowledge that using this affirmation is a conscious act of co-creation, where you are not just passively waiting for something to happen, but actively creating the circumstances and results that you desire. And you must understand that this is the power that lies within you. You are no longer waiting for something to happen, but you are actively creating it. And when you use the affirmation, you are choosing to step into your power and to take the lead in your life. And when you align yourself with the universe, you become a powerful force for change, and you will begin to see all that you have created unfold before you. You have always been a co-creator of your reality, but the affirmation makes that process more conscious and intentional, and now you get to choose your reality with your own power. And now let's highlight the expected results that this affirmation will bring when practiced with intention and consistency, because this is the most important part of the practice, and when you follow the system, the results are inevitable. You can expect to feel a shift in your emotions and your mindset, and you will likely begin to notice new opportunities, synchronicities, and positive changes in your life, and all of these are a direct result of your commitment to the affirmation. These changes might not be linear, and they will come in ways that you might not expect, but this is the magic of the process, so you must trust it. And even though you might not see the changes immediately, the affirmation is always working in your favor, and it will create lasting, positive results. It is designed to transform you from the inside out. And now, let's bring all of these concepts together by emphasizing the critical importance of trust and detachment in the manifestation process. After setting your intention with the affirmation, the key is to trust that everything will unfold perfectly and release the need to control and become attached to a specific outcome, because it is this detachment that allows the magic to truly unfold. It is like planting a seed and then trusting that the earth and sun will do everything that it takes for that seed to grow without you having to micromanage the entire process. Trust is what allows manifestation to flow with ease and grace, and when you let go, you create the space for the universe to bring you all that you desire. And the combination of intention, trust, and detachment will always bring you to your desired outcome in perfect timing. And now, let's take this final step by making this affirmation your last thought before sleep every single night, and turning it into a powerful nightly ritual that you are now committed to, so that you can fully program your subconscious mind. Every time you repeat the affirmation, before you drift off to sleep, you are planting an intention directly into your subconscious, which will then take root and grow into a new reality. And this nightly practice is the most potent ritual that you can do, and the most important. Your subconscious mind is most open and receptive in this state, which is why this nightly practice is so important for programming a new future. And by making this affirmation your last thought every single night, you are ensuring that you are always aligning with the future that you desire. And now, let's move from intention to action by creating a space for you to share your experiences, insights, and transformations in the comments, so that we can all learn and grow together and connect as a community of like-minded people on a similar journey. Share the results that you are seeing, the synchronicities that you are experiencing, and the insights that you are gaining, and let us all grow together. When you share your personal experiences, you will inspire others and also help you to gain a deeper understanding of your own journey and the changes that are occurring in your own life. And when we support each other, we create a very powerful and collective force for change in the world. And now, as we come to the end, understand that this is not the end, but only the beginning, and that there are always more advanced techniques for working with frequency and manifestation, and more opportunities for growth and transformation, which you can explore in the future. The information that you learned today is just the starting point, and there are so many more things to discover on this incredible journey of self-discovery. And this is not a destination, but a lifelong journey of self-discovery and growth, and you are always expanding and evolving. And now, let's end with a powerful affirmation that reinforces your ability to control your own reality, and a clear call to consistent action by making this a lifestyle choice not just a short-term goal. I am the master of my frequency, and I create my reality, one thought, one emotion, one feeling at a time. This is not just about a short-term practice, but a lifestyle choice, where every night you are stepping into the future that you are creating for yourself and your family, and it is all within your power to do so. Consistent practice is the key to lasting transformation, and every single night you are creating a new blueprint for your life, and you are choosing your own future.